Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul, where we offer the opportunity for healing and transformation. And also, I have a group called the Ascended with me who want to talk about the concept of soulmates. They get a lot of questions around what soulmate really is, what it actually means. Is it a special, significant person? And they say yes, it can be a special, significant person. But they said also that ultimately the soulmate, your soulmate, is your reunion with the divine or God or whatever you want to call it, the nothingness of the what, the all it is. Your soulmate ultimately is that. Can that happen in a physical embodiment? So I asked them that question. Can a soulmate, can you unite with the divine with another human being? And they said absolutely. When you recognize the divine in yourself, you'll begin to see it in others. Soulmates are not about the sensual nature of the body, but it can involve that in certain degrees. It can also involve itself in purposefulness, that soulmates, the divine coming together in two different bodies, also represent a function of purpose. They can represent a function of creation, like bringing a certain child in this world that can perform a certain job or task that only those two people coming together in those two different forms, only the divine coming together in those two different forms can facilitate the manifestation of that child. And I found it really interesting. And I'd like to know what your thoughts are on soulmates. Maybe you'd like to leave questions or comments down below as we go through this. So soulmates are not a human relationship in the typical sense where it's a male and female getting together. It's where you really, truly recognize and understand that the divine is in that other person, and they recognize that the divine is in you, and simultaneously your functions of behavior with each other are governed by principles of the divine and not principles of mind-body, principles of survival, principles of thinking and thoughts that you've acquired from this world. They said it can take many lifetimes to cultivate enough self-awareness to connect to your soulmate, where you realize this is the one I'm meant to be with. You recognize that they say that you recognize there's a function of purpose that transcends what either one of you can do. That, they said, was the most important thing, is that there's a function of service that transcends what either of you can do on your own, but together you can transcend anything you can do on your own. Typically, they say soulmates can come in different varieties, but generally speaking, soulmates are primarily geared to a function of purpose that serves God or the divine. That's the primary purpose of soulmates. Jesus Christ and all of his disciples were soulmates. They had a function of purpose together where they had recognized and realized the divine in themselves, and they carried it out. Many of the Buddhists have recognized the bliss of being inside themselves, and they unite in the function of the actualization of that purpose for themselves and others. So in that sense, you can say that the Brotherhood of Buddhists is or the familyhood of Buddhists, if you want to be politically correct, are soulmates in the sense that they carry out a function of divine manifestation. And any group of individuals or organizations that recognize and satisfy the functions of the divine often carry out their chores, their tasks together for that higher purpose of being. The idea of soulmates as a special relationship between a male and female, they said this conception is more along the lines of what you would call like twin souls or twin flames, where your purpose is not in the function of serving the divine, but in the service of cultivating a stronger, healthier, more intelligent, well-developed ego and personality, to develop a very good ego and personality. And I found that kind of fascinating, these concepts that soulmates and twin flames or twin souls have very different functions, and therefore different meanings. I'd like to know more about what you think about that. We will take questions and answers. And if you're interested in experiencing some form of healing today, let us know in the comments section, and we will bring in somebody who wants to work with you to do that. And if you're so bold, you may even request to join this live event where you can share the function of your healing with others, which in turn might help others have that function of healing happen for themselves. It's a very fascinating time. Remember, if you like the content you hear today, please remember to like, to subscribe, and share. Give the video or the live event a thumbs up or heart it, whatever you can, to give the algorithm the impetus to push this out to more people who might be interested in knowing this. But don't you find that fascinating? That soulmates are individuals that recognize the divinity in themselves and the other, and that the relation is for a function of divine purpose. I found that fascinating, that twin souls or twin flames are individuals cultivating a good, high, meaningful character and personality to function in as a couple, like your mother or your father, who are going to raise a family. Could be twin flames or soulmates, because they're developing a very high function of personality, which benefits civilization. But there's a different type of quality. What do you think about that? Yeah, if you can, also share it on social media. Yeah, I found that very interesting too. May I request to join you for healing? Absolutely, Sharon. Let me just get you the link here. Let's see. Present or invite. Let's invite a guest. Copy the link. And I'm going to post the link. Let's see, where are you, Sharon? You're on YouTube, so you'll get this directly. So I'm going to post the link for you. Where can I? Just give me a moment here. I'm just going to post this link here. Command V. Send. Okay, Sharon, I just posted a link in the chat panel right below your name. If you click on that link, I will happily bring you on live on YouTube. For those of you on TikTok, you will be able to hear, you may hear both sides of the conversation depending on how the audio works. But yeah, just click on that link for my live, and we'll have you come right on with us. I should get notification when you've clicked on that link to join, Sharon. Looking forward to whatever it is that you would want to have your healing with. It'll be very exciting to do that when that happens. Again, I feel people coming in already, beings that will help you with that process. Very exciting. Some comments in the live were filtered to protect the community's experience. How do I assess if this guy is the right one without judging the wrong things? Again, the first thing, it sounds to me like you're looking for like a twin flame or a twin soul, not a soulmate. And a twin flame and a twin soul relationship, from what they've told me, is a condition where you are developing and collaborating and creating better personalities. Right? Soulmates, soulmates are when you're entering into an agreement to fulfill a divine purpose in alignment with your own divinity and the divinity of others. Let's see here. Hi. Let's see if I can see some of these other comments that are here. Thank you for sharing the live. I really appreciate that. Share it out with other people. Hi, good to see you. Welcome back. There we go. Device not connected. Add to stage. Hello, Sharon. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Hi, good, thanks. Yeah, I can. That's really good.
Wonderful to have you on the show. Where are you from, and what is it that you would like some healing from? Tell us a little bit about that.
I'm in New Zealand at the moment, so it's pretty early in the morning over here. Yeah, just wanted to come on your show and discuss a little bit about healing journey I'm on, and if there's anything we can maybe do at the moment, or any advice I can get.
Wonderful. We have some wonderful friends that have a retreat center down in New Zealand called Sherwood Loves. It's I'm not sure it's in southern New Zealand, but it's a wonderful retreat center. You can look it up. Now tell me, what is it that you're looking for healing for? Is it for your body, for your mind, for your emotions? What aspect of yourself are you seeking healing for?
My physical body, really. Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm having quite a few issues.
I've got Archangel Raphael coming in right now for you. If you're willing to follow a few steps, we'll begin that process of healing, and you can describe what happens in real time as it occurs for you. Would you be willing to do that?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so could we get you to just close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath? And as you exhale, give your body permission to relax. And the reason we want you to give your body permission to relax is it allows the body to open so it can receive the energy that's in the process of being transmitted right now. And as you allow your body to relax with each breath, the next thing we want you to do is just give your body this thought very gently and sincerely. Give your body this thought: I'm willing to love you even if I do not understand you. Just give your body that thought: I'm willing to love you even if I don't understand you. And just observe what begins to change or shift in your body and describe that.
Just a sense of calmness and
so let yourself feel that. Let yourself feel that. Let yourself feel that calmness. Like really embrace the calmness. That means you're beginning to receive the energy. So just let yourself go into that calmness. As you feel that calmness, simply communicate to the calmness, thank you for being a part of my life. Just communicate that to the calmness. Thank you for being a part of my life. And now tell us if some of the discomforts in your body are beginning to subside somewhat.
yeah. Yes, I kind of feel
Okay. So take another wonderful. So now take another slow deep breath. Take another slow deep breath. And think or speak these words: I accept this healing from Archangel Raphael. And I will remain open and receptive to this for the rest of this day. And now tell your body that no matter how it feels, you're willing to love it. So just communicate that thought. No matter how you feel today, I'm willing to love you. And repeat that several times, very slowly, but let the thought sink into your body. No matter how you feel, I'm willing to love you. And now describe the difference for viewers from how you feel now in the body, how it feels now, and how it felt when we first began.
I was really nervous and quite shaky and a little bit all over the place, but I just feel really calm and quite cool and relaxed and just, breathing through things really helps.
Yeah. Now I'm being told to tell you today, if you can, you need to consume lots of green things today, like spinach, green peppers, things that are green. You need green things today.
Okay.
And that's going to help augment and improve the condition in the body throughout the day. It'll allow this energy to integrate more. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, yeah.
Wonderful, Sharon. Thank you so much for coming on with us and sending you
Thank
much
you
love.
so much.
You're welcome. Have yourself a great day, and remember to give us a thumbs up and share your experience with other people.
Totally. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. We've got Christopher coming on here. Let's see. Christopher, add to stage. Oh, just there he is. Add to stage. Well, hello, Christopher. How are you doing? Sliss the storyteller.
Oh, I'm doing good. I've had some ups and downs. I've dealt with some things that I've had to heal emotionally, and um, one of the things I don't want to call it a consequence, but one of the outcomes of my lack of participation in what was guided to me or what was given to me as guidance has resulted in some outcomes that have been kind of tough for me. So um, I'm kind of working through that right now. Um, I was told to start saving money and stay away from this element of substance, and I didn't. And because of that, I wasn't able to save the money, and I was put into a situation where I had to move, and I was unable to move to California, which is where I want to go. And I had to move to an apartment where they were trying to evict me. It was a big misunderstanding with money. Um, they shut my heat off. They shut everybody's heat off, and it was still cold out. And then I lost my cat. My Bengal cat hasn't come home, and I look at all these things, and I was asking, like, what is going on? Why was I like guided to this? And then those thoughts of, hey, remember we told you, you could have done this, and now you're here, and because you didn't do that, and it was quite a learning lesson. So I'm learning some tough lessons right now.
So what is it? What is the dominant emotion that's connected to everything that's going on? If you could put an emotion to everything that's going on, what is that emotion?
Probably a disappointment or an anger in myself, or
So where do you feel that disappointment and anger most in your body? Like, where does it seem to live in your body?
probably in my heart, because I had
Okay.
another
So
experience.
so so bring your attention to the heart where that those emotions are. Bring your attention there, the disappointment, the anger, and bring yourself to them. And as you bring your attention to that place in the heart, just simply communicate to them, I'm willing to love you even if I don't understand you. And then follow that up with, I'm willing to take care of you even if I don't understand you, because I love you. Now, the aspect of the self that did what you knew was not right for you to do, where does that aspect of the self live in your body?
I guess in my mind, or
Yes. Yes.
you know, I failed to. I I, I guess I was attached to those substances, and that lifestyle, and I did follow the guidance for maybe about a month, and I guess I fell off the train.
Yeah. Yeah.
I jumped back on, and I was even told on a couple occasions to kind of cut back, and that never happened. And so,
Michael's wanting me to tell you, you're now in the battle between your soul and your mind, and you need to decide, to whom are you going to listen? Are you going to listen to your mind, or are you going to listen to your soul? This is the time of choice for you now. It's nothing wrong with what's going on. It's the opportunity of the time of choice, he's saying. And sometimes you'll try one choice and the other choice, but only to learn to make the final decision that's best for you as a sentient being that's awakening right now.
that just makes so much sense, and that's like, um, it's almost like it was on the tip there, and I just, sometimes you just kind of get those breadcrumbs to it, but it's just not coming to you. And it's like, now it's come to me, and I saw another thing you put out, and I definitely was meant to hear this, where body, mind, and soul become one, and a transcended version of that is what they're teaching me, or what I'm working towards.
Yeah.
Rather,
Remember the distinction between your awareness, your thoughts, and the body is very important, because you're the one that coordinates whether you're going to identify with the mind or the body or your soul. And the soul position you can take is what governs what you're going to follow. And you're just in that, you're kind of moving back and forth between these two because you haven't decided to move to the other one yet. Because he's telling me that there's a huge awakening experience is going to happen for you when you finally make the decision to choose the path of your soul once and for all, instead of the path of the mind and body. But he said there's nothing wrong with what's going on. You're just in the different decision-making process right now. You just have to make that decision.
I've made the changes, and I've seen some improvements. I've noticed I got a lot more time on my hands because I'm not taking part in those other activities associated with those substances, stuff like that. So it, and you know, it's cleared my mind a little more. So I'm not thinking so degraded or, you know.
Yeah, I understand. You're not, and fundamentally, there's nothing wrong with you, period. It's just going to this process of learning to distinguish what you're going to follow, the mind, the body, or the spirit, the soul. And again, we all go through that, every one of us. But I know where you were, 5 years ago and where you are now, and it's light years away. And I'm really grateful to see the massive changes you've already made in your life too.
I've been able to accomplish quite a bit since I've left your training, and just my life, but not just that. I mean, just the mission itself that I started when I left 103. I've been able to adjust the curriculum as I was taught and told. They tell me exactly what to do, what to write every day, what to bring out, what messages to send, and I've had some really good, strong feeling from that, and I know that that's exactly what they want me to do, kind of thing. And that was all made possible by doing the classes and the courses and the mediumship that I attended from you, and it just never stops. It's just
Yes.
and it's just so constant.
Course in Miracles has a really wonderful statement. It says, time is important in the physical world, but it's meaningless in eternity. Anyway, thank you for coming by, Chris. Really appreciate it. Remember,
Much. Just one quick question.
Certainly.
Did you get a chance to look my book over?
I did. Yes, I did.
Awesome. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on and giving me your insight. As always, it's priceless. And I look forward to attending some more classes.
Wonderful, Chris. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And thank you for coming. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, thank you, Christopher. The thing about transformation and change that we are all going through, they tell me this again and again, is we are learning as human beings to differentiate. We're divine entities that came into the physical world, and we experience ourselves initially as a body, then we experience ourselves as a mind or a personality, and then we begin to get restless when our personality gets into a structured way of living, but we don't like to change. We can't like keep living the same way all the time. And we begin to awaken. We begin to get this yearning that there's more to our lives than what we feel we're experiencing. And that's when your soul begins to awaken. It's when you begin to start wanting to differentiate yourself from the body as the source of your identity, the mind as the source of your identity, so that your soul, your awareness, your beingness begins to then open up to receiving information and guidance from beyond the world. Again, that's what is happening to a lot of people on this planet. They're restless with their lives. They're not happy. And it's not because anything's wrong with anybody. It's just that we're going through this huge global awakening. And once you can start to differentiate yourself from the body and the mind, then your soul will start to awaken. And then you can learn to govern the mind and body from a perspective of awareness instead of subjectivity to them. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you for coming on, Sharon and Chris. Really appreciate that. Question from, let's switch over to TikTok here. We got, yes, we're doing healing. That was Archangel Michael with Chris, by the way, for those of you who were asking. Oh, thank you. Very nice of you to say that. Thank you for the badges. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you so much. Yes. For those of you that are struggling with your emotions and your memories and thoughts and other things like that, it's really important to know you are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You have thoughts, you have emotions, and you have a body. They're instruments. Your thoughts, your emotions, and your body are instruments. And what they tell me that most people are struggling with is a lot of people believe they are their thoughts, or they believe they are their emotions, and that leads to confusion. And the whole process of awakening is coming to the realization that you are not your thoughts. You have thoughts. You are not your emotions. You have emotions. And the way you can learn to orchestrate your thoughts and emotions can determine the functions or manifestations that you produce as your experiences in this world. Isn't that remarkable? Now, we started this conception when the Ascendant first came in on the concept of soulmates, that recognizing your soulmate is your union with the divine, and where you get into purposeful function with the divine, whether it's in yourself or with another being, that you carry out a function that's greater than your own personal needs, wants, and desires, but you carry out a function that's beneficent to humanity in a broader spectrum. Hi. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that. Kayla. Hi, Kayla. What is my personal connection with Mother Mary? She's telling me to tell you it is in prayer, to hold the divine love in the human heart. Your connection is in prayer, in holding love, divine love in the human heart. Wow, that's really cool. Thank you for asking that question, Kayla. Yeah, Mother Mary, I love her. She's so soft and gentle in her energy. What are the names of my angels or guides? You got one being that's wanting to come forward right now. It's a strong, tall, white male. Very, very tall. We're talking like 9 feet tall. Very white, like albino-like. And he's calling himself Lucien. Lucian is the spelling of the name. At least that's why I'm hearing it phonetically anyway. That's why my brain interprets the way he says it. The others you're not ready for the others to come forward yet, but you are ready to communicate with Lucien. You want to spend time learning to listen and hear. And if you want to go deeply into that, you can check out our Masterclass 101 on Awakening, where we will introduce you to simple, easy to follow practices on how to tune your awareness to hear your guides, your angels, and your loved ones, because they're just simply on a different frequency of perception than your 5-sensory body allows you to perceive. Your body only allows you to perceive what's in this world: sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. That's all your body can perceive. Your awareness, you, can shift your perception from matter to consciousness or energy, and you can tap into different frequencies of energy beyond the physical dimension, which includes angels, guides, God, other deities, loved ones, because they're just simply, when they leave the body, they simply go on to a different frequency. If you want to learn more about the simple ways to learn to do that, you've got about a week and a half to sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening. Go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com, or you can use the Linktree link in my bio or any of my videos and click on that link. It's a 3-week program where you will be working with a group of other students and some of our mediums. We have 4 other mediums and a nutritionist who will be working together on teaching you simple steps to follow to awaken your spiritual faculties: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance, while simultaneously learning how to connect to them. It's an intensive 3-week program. It starts on Sundays and runs through till Fridays, and June 14th is the start date of the program. So go sign up for that. You only got a week and a half left to do that. It is an amazing course, and I cannot tell how many people have gone to a place where they really connected to a loved one, or they connected to Jesus, or they connect to God, and now they live in those connections. They can talk to their loved ones. They can talk to their cat that's left the body. Yes, you can connect to animals in the spirit world. You can't connect to your physical animal that's physically died because it's not in the physical dimension, but your awareness can tune into the frequency on which your loved ones or animals live too. So yes, you can learn to do that as well. Yeah, wonderful. Hi, David. Thank you. Hi, William. 3D question. Is it okay for me to take creatine for its health benefits? Absolutely yes. Yes. Just make certain that the way you load it into your system is consistent with the demand you're putting on the body. Great 3D question. I don't mind 3D questions. I don't get on. Usually they get questions. Yes. I'm getting, Drusilla, I'm getting, there's a female being around you by the name of Sophia. There's a female being around you by the name of Sophia. Yeah, this is something she's trying to help you remove this, like you've been trapped in like something holding you down low. She's helping you to remove this like a sticky web that's been around your energy field, and she's going to help you remove that today. Sophia is her name. Wonderful. Oh, thank you for that super sticker, Jasmine. Really appreciate it. Thank you very kindly. Yeah. Just for those of you that are also aware, remember, there's a whole process going on right now on the planet. Right now, we have a massive awakening going on, not just in human collective unconsciousness, but also in the planetary consciousness, in the consciousness of the sun, in the consciousness of the other planets. There's a huge energetic dynamic that we're all participating in. That's creating some pretty crazy energies. We're seeing all kinds of things happen geologically and astrologically around and within the planetary system. That's because we're participating in it energetically. Keep that in mind. So a lot of you will be feeling symptoms, especially around the heart chakra. Some of you will be feeling stuff around the third eye in the head area and in the stomach. But especially when these electrical intrusions come, these we call them ascension energies, when they happen, you want to take time. You want to take time to go out and put your feet on the ground, bare feet on the ground, not rubber-soled shoes, bare feet on the green grass. Grass is better, even if you can get soil, but make sure your feet are on ground, directly in contact with the ground, especially when these intense ascension energies come in really, really hard and fast, like they were for the last 5 days. You want to go grounding. A lot of people leave this physical dimension because they don't know how to ground, and this energy overloads their biology, and the rate and frequency of heart conditions get exacerbated. Conditions in the brain, the physical brain, get affected by these incoming energies. Grounding becomes very, very important, because then you're electrically letting the body resync to the natural frequency of the earth. Because if you're holding too much energy in the body, it's detrimental to it. And if you don't have enough energy in the body, it's detrimental to it. So going out and putting your bare feet on the ground and grounding, drinking lots of good, clean water. Make sure you're drinking good, clean water while you can, especially during these higher energy times. Thank you for that super chat, Drusilla. I really appreciate it. Yeah, she says it's okay. She definitely says it's okay. Well, thank you for coming out, everybody, today. Wonderful. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Remember, you only have about a week and a half left to sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening. It literally is an awakening of your soul, an awakening of your mind, an awakening of your body, and an awakening of yourself to knowing the divine within your life. I want to wish you all much love. Oh, hang on, we got a question I got to ask in super chat. Thank you, you caught me just in time. Can someone speak to how they persevered to the light of the soul, even though perceived surroundings seemed hopeless or full of pain? Thanks. So somebody's asking, how in the most horrific of conditions did people stay in contact with the light within? And the very simple answer they give me right now is the function of attention goes to God and not to the circumstances. The function of attention goes to God, not the circumstances. If your attention goes to God, which is the supreme love that we all seek, if you understand that, then even the most trying of circumstances, as was the case with Yeshua on the cross, where he was enduring horrific physical pain, his entire focus remained on love and God. And that is what allowed him to not die in the conventional sense that you understand, Understand that this is what you need to do in the most difficult situations and circumstances in which you find yourself. It is important that your attention on the function of God bring you through that very easily. God is supreme love. That's very great question. Wonderful question. Love you so much too, guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. I'll see you all on Monday. Have yourselves a wonderful and joyful day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye for now.